So August the Duck posted about this situation a week ago, and when I saw it recently, I didn't think it was gonna be this. It was just a lot worse than I thought. So today, we are looking at a principal who thought it was appropriate to undress his students in order to search them for their belongings. I know that some people's first instinct is to instantly defend literally the undefensible, so probably someone is down there thinking, oh, maybe he was searching for drugs or a weapon. No, he was searching for a cell phone. Now, hopefully, we can all agree that a kid does not need to be strip searched for a cell phone. But just to put a cherry on top of the situation, the principal searched the student alone without a parent present or an authority figure present. And in case anyone asks, well, isn't a principal an authority figure? Yes, they are, but they're not allowed to search students like this. In the situation where a kid does require a strip search, they need to be in the room with an actual authority figure, like a parent or a security guard or a police officer. He did this alone. So keep this in mind. The entire time, this guy is going to try to defend the fact that he undressed a student alone with them, and he thinks that he is completely in the right. So let's just get straight into it. Subscribe and like. It's free.
What's your beef? I mean, you
What do you mean,
it,
what's my beef?
What is your beef? You clearly have some
insubordination.
beef. Insubordination. You made him take
Not
his
following
pants
the
off last
directions.
week in your office with just you behind closed doors.
Okay,
That's
he had
appropriate.
shorts
I don't
on.
give a fuck. If a girl come in here with shorts on under her skirt, you're allowed to let her take the skirt off?
So
Absolutely
we're
not.
just going to disregard the fact that he's going to blatantly refuse to listen and follow our school.
Yeah, for some reason it stops right there, but for some reason he's still going on trying to defend himself. This is illegal, this is unsafe, and imagine how many students he's probably done this to. In my humble opinion, if you undress a student without any reason to undress a student and there is no authority figure present and you're doing it behind closed doors, I think you should be fired. And maybe put on a list.
What's your beef? I mean,
What do you mean, what's my beef?
What is your beef? You clearly have some
Insubordination.
beef. Insubordination. You made him take
Not
his
following
pants
the
off last
directions.
week in your office with just you behind closed doors.
Okay,
That's
he had
appropriate.
shorts on.
I don't give a fuck. If a girl come in here with shorts on under her skirt, you're allowed to let her take the skirt off?
So
Absolutely
we're
not.
just going to disregard the fact that he's going to blatantly refuse to listen and follow our school rules.
Okay, your
and
school rules.
He's going to then hide something, which is a safety concern.
Safety concern. Let me just show you guys your DMS Facebook from today. A post that somebody posted. Our art club spent some time painting fall ornaments. Cell phone on the table. Open. Another cell phone on the
Did you
table.
say DMS or DHS?
I don't give a f- it's you, Pike Delta York. It is you guys. This girl goes to this school.
Your
This
argument
you.
is ridiculous.
Oh, is it? Because there's
Absolutely.
a cell phone right
Your argument is ridiculous.
Oh, is it?
You're either going to follow the rules,
This isn't
or
following the rules?
we're going to discipline
This is not a rule
people
right
that
here?
do not follow the rules.
Cell phone
Do
right
you know
on the
what
fucking...
was going on? Watch your mouth.
I don't have to watch my mouth. This is
will.
America. I can speak how I want to be
Okay.
spoke.
You listen. We're gonna have a due process hearing now. If you're gonna make this worse for a
If
potential out
I'm
of
gonna
school
make this
suspension.
worse, you made him take his pants off, Doug. I don't care what he had on underneath it. You made him
Okay.
take his pants
You-
off.
you
It's
can
not
go
even
ahead
here.
and
He
do
wasn't
whatever you
even
want
in
with
here.
that.
Nobody was in
You
here.
can do whatever you want with that,
Inappropriate.
and I'm okay with that.
Over
you
a
can do
cell
whatever you
phone
want.
is what I'm saying. It's so
It was
fucking
actually
small
the
and minute.
refusal. It was him saying, "I don't have my cell phone on me," even though there were two adults that know he had his cell phone.
Okay.
And then how do I know? I have to keep the safety of the entire building. What is he concealing at this point?
She said it was a cell phone.
And he absolutely refused.
And guess what? You
and when
can
I
pick up
started
that phone and you
winding
can
him,
call me and say,
and
hey,
when I started
he's
winding
refusing
him,
to
he's
give
trying
up
to
his
say,
cell
well,
phone.
That is not an excuse, Doug, to do that to children. You're saying, what are they concealing at that point? Well, you knew it was a phone. And from the sounds of it, I can't be too sure, but it sounds like the kid was wearing sweatpants with shorts underneath. If you thought this person had a weapon on them, you would have been able to see it through the outline of the sweatpants. And you're over here upset that you are getting yelled at? That should be the least of your concerns. If anything, you should be glad that you're only getting yelled at, because I think most people would believe that you deserve to be in jail.
I started
He's
winding
refusing
him. He's
to give
trying
up
to
his
say,
cell
well,
phone.
it's just my little buttons on my jeans.
Okay.
Okay, you're concealing something now. That's a safety concern.
If it was a weapon, yes, I can see. If he
I
had
don't know
on
what
a
it
knife,
is.
you don't know what it is. Are you serious right now?
She
I'm
told you it was a
absolutely-
cell
And then
phone.
if you felt like it was a knife,
And
why
you
didn't
told
you
me
call
you
the
didn't have.
cops?
And you told me you
Why
didn't
didn't you
have
call
a
the
cell phone.
police?
Okay,
I
then
should
why did
have.
you
You're
want
right.
it?
You absolutely should have, because you're
I should have.
bonding my son for a cell phone, which disrupts him from his schooling
Okay,
more
there's-
than what him pulling it out at the end of the fucking
State law
class
says
was.
they shouldn't even have their cell phones.
Exactly.
We allow them to
Oh, do
bring
you?
them to school. Per
And you
our
allow them
policy.
on their freaking table as they're doing art projects as well.
Okay. How do you know that was an art club?
It is
After
art
school.
club. I don't care. It's in the school.
After school.
It's after school. Okay.
Okay, but either way.
And
your
when I
argument's
picked up Derek's
ridiculous.
phone, the girl that was sitting in here helping the office lady, she was sitting on
When
her
was
cell
that?
phone. Last year when you made me come pick his cell phone up.
Because it was the second time? Yeah.
No, it was the first time.
So now the principal looks even worse because this kid was using his phone after school, you know, when you're allowed to use phones. But what some people might have missed is that he's showing favoritism because the mother points out that multiple students had their phones and only her son gets blamed. Also, now we have confirmation they were wearing jeans, which makes you look even dumber because you can see damn near anything through jeans. If you thought this kid had something on him while wearing jeans, you'd be able to see it, so that excuse flies out the window. Also, if this happened after school during an art program, then he might just be looking up a reference for his art. Maybe he was trying to actively participate and just looked up a reference.
She was sitting on
When
her
was
cell
that?
phone. Last year when you made me come pick his cell phone up.
Because it was the second time? Yeah.
No, it was the first time. He
Second time
refused to
usually-
give it to you.
Oh, this is a pattern.
But
in the
they don't
family.
have
That's
to give it to
fantastic.
you. They're not your children. How you
No.
parent at
See,
home?
you're mistaken.
How
You're
you
mistaken.
parent at home is
You're mistaken because the law actually says I am their parent when
oh,
they're
the
in
law
school.
states that you
Look
can make
it
him
up.
take his pants off too. Then
Look it up.
does the law state that?
Look it up.
Because I already went and filed a police report on you for making him take his pants off in front of you with nobody in here. You just went and got him. That was very easy for him. You could have grabbed somebody and brought them in here. You could have called the cops and said he's refusing to show me
Yeah.
what he's got in his jeans.
That's
you didn't.
absolutely what I should have
But you
done.
didn't.
You're right.
And then you put
And I
him
would
in
do
in-school
that next
suspension
time.
for the whole day, and then tell him next week you're also doing
Yeah,
this.
because there's two
which
violations.
is disrupting way more of his schooling than him pulling it out at the end of the day.
This is hilarious to me, quite honestly.
Is it hilarious? How
Are you
would
gonna
you
follow- is he
feel if
gonna
that was your
follow the
daughter?
rules
How would you feel if
of
that
our
was your
school or
daughter?
not?
This morning I was called to a classroom this morning. Evan was using his cell phone in class, then refused to hand
Violation
it over
one.
to the teacher. After bringing
Violation
him
two.
to my office, he said he didn't have it. I
Violation
then
three.
wanted him and he eventually came clean with it. Where was the pants dropping? Where was the he didn't tell it hit?
That happened.
And
I'm
then
not
he
disputing
wouldn't-
it.
So I guess my question would be, he had the phone on him. He did have these violations, so we can't overlook
If you
that part
guys
of it,
don't
though.
want them having their cell phones, that should be a rule then. They are not allowed to have it in the building, period.
Oh, so diapers for everybody.
What does that mean?
So, it means
Because
one
one
person
person-
poops their pants, everybody
No,
gets
that's your
diapers.
rule. That's your fucking rule. They
No.
can't have phones in the
No,
in
my
the
rule
school.
is you can't have them in the classroom.
So where do you want them?
They can't be visible or used in the classroom.
Bro,
He
come
broke
on
that
now.
rule.
No, you are just
Listen,
tit
I
for
don't
tat.
have this problem with
I'm sure you don't. With
99% of the
nobody, right?
kids.
Yeah. No.
What's interesting about this is I watched August's video before I filmed mine. He said he checked the school rules and apparently there isn't a rule against the phones, unless I heard that incorrectly. But what I find disturbing is that he says he honestly finds it amusing that he pulled someone's pants down. This is not a funny situation. This is something that needs to be addressed by the police. Thankfully the mom filed a police report. You deserve to be behind bars. And hell, if you think students shouldn't have their phones out, then do a simple solution. My school used to have lock boxes. You would put your phone in a lockbox at the beginning of the day, get it handed to you at the end of the day. It was a simple solution to a very simple problem. Your solution to this problem, hopefully, ends you up in a prison. Because what you were saying about you being the parent to the children while they're at school is generally dangerous. Because that tells me you as a parent believe that it is okay to strip your kids.
Got you in trouble for fucking making him take his pants off, and now this week, now we have another issue.
I got in
now
trouble?
it's oh you
What did I get
will.
in trouble for?
You will. I
Okay.
promise you, you will.
Okay.
You are not allowed to do that as a
You-
school
you
official.
told me I got in
asked the
trouble.
police
Yeah.
if they could do that. If they could do that, they said they cannot. So you absolutely cannot either.
Okay.
You know that. As a fucking parent,
Are you guys
should
going to follow
never.
the rules here or not?
Clearly not.
If not,
Clearly,
what are we
your
gonna do?
rules are
What's the
for
solution
your
here?
rules are picking and choosing for who you want the rules to
That's
work
not
for.
true.
That is absolutely true.
That's not true.
Then I'm gonna go in there and ask every single classmate, do you have an assigned seat
You
at lunch?
shouldn't leave the office.
Do you
I
have
would
an
not
assigned seat at
recommend
lunch?
that.
So now he's bringing up that the kid was breaking the rules and that there are assigned seats at lunch. First off, assigned seats in the lunchroom doesn't fucking exist. That's the fucking dumbest thing I've ever heard of. And keep in mind, this situation isn't even a big situation, so the students are commenting under this post saying they don't have assigned seats in the lunchroom, which tells me that this principal is trying to pull things out of his ass just to make this kid look more guilty than he is.
When I need to get control of a disruptive table at lunch, I am within every right
Was
to
he
say,
being disruptive today?
he's got a pattern.
Was he being disruptive
Hold on,
today?
Yes,
Listen,
because
No,
he
he
makes sense
wasn't.
as a assigned seat.
You just are picking and choosing because of
That's true.
diapers of somebody else's shit in the past. Because he went and sat at a table, nothing was going on, but since something happened in the
Listen.
past, now you're going to come up and say,
Are
hey,
you
you
guys
can't
gonna
sit
follow
there.
the rules or not?
I don't go to school here. I don't have to follow any
Well, as a
rules
parent,
that you
should
have.
reinforce them.
I do reinforce rules, but when you're acting funny and having him take his pants off, then the next week when I come into school, I really don't have any respect for you anymore.
Okay.
At all.
That is fine. We don't have to have respect for each other.
I just want to say, how does that change the violation? There was a violation. Can we acknowledge that he had his cell phone? He shouldn't
He
have
had
it?
his cell phone, right.
Okay.
Right.
So I want to stick
No,
to just that.
absolutely, absolutely.
Correct.
And if he would have said that and called me, and then the pants thing wouldn't have happened, no problem. He would have served that detention.
So because something happened
During it,
and in
I
a manner which
absolutely apologize
that
for
erases
that.
the violation.
that did in my
So
eyes.
if I get
yes.
caught for speeding and then the cop did whatever he
The
did,
cop-
that changes
cop-
the fact that I broke the law.
No, you're
That-
still gonna get in trouble
Correct.
for it, which he
So because something happened
during it.
and in
I
a manner which
absolutely
that
apologize for
erases
that.
the violation.
That did in my
So
eyes.
if I get
yes.
caught for speeding and then the cop did whatever he
The
did,
cop-
that changes
cop-
the fact that I broke the law.
No, you're
That is completely fucking different. A cop is legally allowed to search you, a principal is not. The most the principal can do is search your backpack. Besides that, he can't really do anything else. A cop can legally search you, and it will not change the law. Not to mention, if a cop was searching a student, there would be other people present, and not just one person behind closed doors like you were.
But he had it.
It doesn't matter. So what?
I should have called you.
And,
I
and
will
you
admit
only
that
found
100%.
it because you made him take his pants off. Is the only reason you
Well,
found
I
it.
found it with my wand first.
Okay. That was what? And then what? You didn't see anything. You wanded him
I will
and you
certainly
found
call
a
the
wand.
cops
You
if
should
we
have.
ever get in this
I already
situation
told him
again.
that. I already told him to tell you that. Did he not come here and tell you that?
We chatted, yeah.
Okay, and you are not allowed to have my kids, either one of them, in an office behind closed doors, period.
That's fine.
You call me first.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay,
Absolutely.
that's how it should be, and that's sad. That's how it should be. But you made him take his pants off, and I feel uncomfortable. Did I think you touched my kid? Absolutely not. I don't think you're like that. But as a principal, that is
Can I ask you,
inappropriate.
Should I give him
And-
his cell phone?
He
Listen.
probably should have, but he's a kid.
I'm going
He
to
is an
apologize.
The actions from the adult here were wrong.
Yeah.
The kid, yeah, that's expected. A kid fucking lies. But you,
I can apologize
You-
for both of you for that.
there's no
and if I
apologizing
could
for
do it
that.
over again, I would. But at the same
Do
time,
you see how you disrupted everything and you, all this bullshit for a cell phone that was pulled out
Well,
at the end of class?
is the rule
If
important
the
or
cell
not?
phone can't be in this
The
school,
bell didn't even ring yet before I
stop.
took it
If
out.
the cell phone can't be in the school, then they shouldn't be in the school, period. You're telling me they're allowed to have them in the school, but they're not allowed to have them
No,
out.
we want to
That
trust
makes
them.
no fucking sense.
We want to trust
That
them.
makes no sense.
So the videos just keep going on with him trying to defend himself, saying, I'm not guilty, you're guilty, your son had his phone on him, and it's just stupid. What matters to me here is that this principal is clearly playing favorites. He searched a student for something that didn't even require a search, it was only a smartphone. If there is any justice, I hope that the school district sees this and chooses to fire this guy, because he kinda deserves to be fired. But please, comment down below what you think, because I think this dude needs to be in prison. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel as it really helps me out, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.